Hi everyone, today we're going to be looking at how to stitch with a Goldwork technique called chipping. For this technique we will need a pair of embroidery scissors, metalwork scissors and bright check. I'm going to cut a little section first of all so we can test it, and we want to just pull it apart just so that you can see how the material behaves. We want to pull it apart and it looks a little bit like a spring. So with bright check you then want to cut little sections of the material. The goal with chipping is to make sure that each chip is the same size as the width of the material that you're using. So you get a sort of square shape, 2 millimeters in width and 2 millimeters in length. We then want to wax our thread to start off with. We're going to hold the wax against the thread to coat it, and this will smooth down all of the fibres on the thread itself, sealing them in position and making the thread perfect before beginning to stitch the technique. We want to use a double waxed strand of yellow Gutermann's thread with a single knot in the end of the thread. Prepare the shape, we've prepared it with an outline of pearl. If you'd like to learn how to do this, we have other videos and we'll link them below. And we're going to start off with a knot on the top, so you go through the fabric, leaving the knot on the top and starting with a few stab stitches, stay stitches or anchor stitches, and this will provide enough friction to hold the thread in place so that you can cut the knot cleanly off. This is how we start and stop stitches in couture embroidery. We then want to take one of your bright check chips, thread it onto your needle and slowly bring it down to the surface of the fabric. You want to lay it in place, push the chip onto the fabric with the needle, making sure that the bullion is nice and flush with the fabric, and then stitch it down with a stitch that is the same width as the piece of bullion. So continue to stitch the chips in random directions. So the key with chipping is to make sure that they are stitched in random directions. Reason that we do this in Goldwork embroidery is because it's all about the way that light plays on the metals. So with bright check, because it is a faceted bullion, it means that you have these different reflections and inflections on the bullion itself, which will catch the light, and then stitching this in random directions then further emphasizes this sparkle of the material, which is why it's so heavily used in multiple different Goldwork projects. So to keep stitching until you have finished the whole of the shape and it is completely filled with little bullion chips.